What would you like to see Trump do on his first day in office?
I mean, you can't.
Pardon me.
You said you want him to pardon you. What would he have to pardon you for, if you don't mind talking about it?
January 6th.
Were you at the Capitol on January 6th?
Yes.
And what do you feel that's a motivating factor for your support?
Oh, no, because I got screwed like he got screwed. So I know how corrupt the system is. I was wrongfully sentenced. And there's proof of that.
When does your sentence, when does it
I
begin?
already did my sentence. I already did everything, yes.
Yeah. Do you have regrets about January 6th?
I didn't do anything wrong. I walked through what the cop showed me. That's why I didn't charge me with trespassing, because I walked through what the cop showed me.
And so you don't have, do you feel like the former president's responsible at all for what happened that day?
Trump? No, not at all. Capitol Police are responsible.
Trump has said he's going to pardon January 6th,
Yes.
The convicted felons there. How do you feel about that?
I feel that should happen the day that he takes office.
You weren't offended by January 6th?
No, not at all. I don't feel it was properly represented in the media correctly. No, I do not. I do not feel that he did anything. If anything, he took and said, do not.
What would you like to see Trump do on day one if he's reelected?
Immediately close the borders.
What would you like to see him do about Israel?
I would love for him to just fulfill his promise. They are our allies, and what Hamas has done is horrible. I mean, innocent.
What they did on October 7th would be hard to argue is anything but horrible.
Yeah.
But there are people, there are Palestinians who say we've been living in inhumane ways for a long time, not in defense of the 7th, but that something has to be worked out there. And we give so many weapons, and now there's been so much death in Gaza at the hands of the Israelis in retaliation. What sort of leadership do you think Trump could give that Biden hasn't over there?
Well, Trump, said even this is in his first administration, we don't negotiate with terrorism, right? So that's easy, right? That's a black and white. We do not negotiate with terrorists who do that.
That's American policy, not just Trump's.
Well, I don't feel that's being fulfilled under the Biden administration.
But Hamas they are the elected leaders in that part of the world, for better or worse, and they put themselves in charge there. And so as an American, in order to bring peace, don't you think that negotiation has to happen with both sides?
I mean, to me, it's like, it's not our monkey, not our circus. You know what I mean? I do feel that we should be allies, strong allies, for Israel. It would be, for instance, on 9/11, we were attacked, right? And you saw what happened to our nation on 9/11. That was the Israeli nation, what happened to them on October 7th. So I feel that we should be behind that kind of attack. And we didn't negotiate. There wasn't no poor Afghanis, poor Iraqis, okay?
But there were poor. I mean, people say that the Iraq War was one of the, historians say one of the worst things we've ever done as a country. Right. Iraq wasn't where the terrorism happened, and the devastation we wrought upon that nation.
True.
So what's the first thing you'd like to see Trump do if he were to win again on day one in office? You get one thing on your wish list.
Fix the border. Close the border down.
Completely, entirely.
Yeah.
But what about asylum seekers?
It's a very fine line. A lot of people.
It challenges everybody.
Here,
yeah.
Right. I think close the border down. Yeah.
And
there's too much chaos right now. You have to do what it takes. So yeah, shut the border down until we get to where we need to be.
I just love how he's a man of the people. He's real. He doesn't take no crap. Everything that's been done to him, he just keeps pushing forward and he stays strong. And he's a fighter.
Do you have any problem with his conviction? Like, if you're going to continue supporting Trump, you'll likely be voting. You'll be voting for a felon in November. Does that give you pause at all?
Not at all. Not at all. It's unjust conviction, and I full-heartedly believe that, and I'll vote for him no matter what.
What makes that one unjust if a jury of his peers, 12 of them, found him guilty on every count? There wasn't even any gray area.
Because they're just after him for anything. They'll come after him with anything they got. It's all fraud. It's all the stuff that they claim that he did. Is it really illegal like that? Like does he deserve jail time for all that crap?
Well, there's nobody saying that he's going to get jail time either. I mean, he broke the law and he was convicted. Doesn't mean he's been sentenced or is going to go to jail.
Yeah, and all these Democrats break laws every day, and where's their conviction?
Hunter Biden just got convicted last week. What do you think of that conviction?
Well, it's a little late for that. He should have been convicted a long time ago with all the crap he's done.
Well, a lot of the Democrats say Trump should have been convicted a long time ago. The point is, both were convicted. Do you think that was a good conviction, the Hunter Biden one in Delaware?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot more that could be done for Hunter Biden.
But what I'm getting at is, why is that one legit and the one against the former president not legit?
It's all just a scheme just to get him so he can't run, because they know he's going to beat them.
Everything's going to hell. So, and then you have this sham trial. This trial is bullshit.
Well,
It's the worst thing in the world. It's against the American Constitution that he been even prosecuted for what? For having a damn mistress.
well,
For
breaking the law. That's why.
what
Not about having a mistress. It would be hard to find a president who didn't, I would guess.
What law did he break? That's my question. What
Well,
law-
paying,
what law did he break?
not declaring money, paying somebody off.
Damn
I mean,
fool.
look, 34 counts, a jury of 12, unanimous on every count. I'm not advocating. I'm just talking about what's in the history books now.
It's like this. Like I said, the trial was a shame. Even the judge did illegal garbage.
What do you think of the Hunter Biden trial when he got convicted last week for a gun charge?
Yeah, he should have gotten charged. But
So why was that not a sham?
No, it's not a shame. Because,
No, I'm asking why.
because Hunter Biden was guilty of that charge. He was guilty of that charge. Plus, I mean, you having somebody that was in office making deals for a foreign country that was a cokehead, and the president just covered it up.
Well, I don't. That wasn't what he was on trial for. Nobody is saying that.
We are totally tired of what is going on in this country. So I'm going to vote for Trump because he was president already. We know he did a good job, and I want that back. And as an immigrant myself, I want that back. Just imagine,
And where'd you immigrate from?
I'm from Dominican Republic.
The position on immigration that Joe Biden has just taken, that the marrying a U.S. citizen, if you've been here and you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can get a green card status after 10 years. How does that affect you? Do you like that piece of legislation?
Well, as an immigrant and a person who knows how the process works, I think it's been like that since ever. What I don't agree with is with the border open and everybody pouring into the country with no any kind of control. For example, myself, I spent 30 years in the Dominican Republic being a good citizen, educating myself, working hard, making some money to then go to the embassy and try to apply for coming to this country to be accepted. These people who is coming through the border just the way they want, we don't know who they are. We don't know their intentions. We don't know what they've been doing over there. You know what I mean?
So did you support the Biden administration cracking down on immigration recently and saying that they're going to close the borders when illegal immigration gets to a certain number per month?
Of course, I agree with, but that's not. They just utilizing that because it seems good for voters, but we know this is actually a Trump campaign. No matter what they say, they're already ruining everything with this politic they've been using, through the last 4 years, basically.